Tale, no, Mumbo didn't be Mumbo, Mumbo, Bobo didn't be on.
Come. Follow the Q&A.
Are you saying you didn't see me at the corner there? Are you guys? Oh, no, Mubarak, are you suggesting you didn't see me play it again? You bother your hand. You see, you know they see me. Oh, they say they don't see me. They say they don't see me. They don't see me. Oh, tell me, I didn't mean but no. I never made but But Charlie, the FMB Accra Marathon, big event, one of the biggest events we always look forward to every calendar year. And I mean, it's another year. I mean, last year we were here. We talk about it, build up to it. It was really exciting. And we're here, you know, to talk about it again. It's going to happen in October. And I have Mr. Emmanuel here. He's been there every year. Last year I was here with him. We had a conversation. And Mr. Isaac is also here. Guys, thanks so much for coming. How's it going? You look sporty and all of that. You know? And are you ready to run and things?
You know, once the marathon is up, we are very ready and we feel excited in this game. Yeah, so.
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, we were just looking at, Isaac, we were just looking at the event last year. What's your best memory from last year? Because I'm just showing the guys that I was there, but they can't see me. You see, the reason why you can't see me because you panados. You panados. You see, what's your best memory from last year, though?
So thank you very much, Vital, for this opportunity. I want to say good morning to your cherished listeners and viewers. Last year, I think it was an opportunity that, and memories that we can't easily forget. You know, being away for almost 6-7 years and coming back. And coming back was not just in a flash in the pan, but it was massive one. I think the takeaway from last year probably will be the junior race. In as much as we have the adult race, the 42.2, the kids, it was an opportunity to also see some of the kids who have been yearning. Because when we went on break, every other day when the kids are actually passing, they just enter. Marathon. And I think it was one good thing to do. And seeing the kids, the smile on their faces, participating. And I think it was one thing that really got me. I was so emotional. And it's like really getting something that they have been yearning for. And they have gotten it at a point in time. And they were happy. And I think that was one thing that probably I picked from last year's event.
Amazing. I mean, we just talking about last year, hugely successful. It was live on Joy Prime for those of you who got to watch it. You know, the team was on ground. We had a really great event. But let's talk about this year's event, First National Bank Accra Marathon. Though, first of all, though, what is it all about? What do you seek to achieve with this event that you decide to hold once again this year?
Right. Thank you, Ms. Bao. Like you rightly said, and my brother also said earlier, this year's marathon, one of the key elements is that we want to see a new era of marathon where we are unearthing new talents. In time past, Ghana has, the marathon has really brought about new athletes or athletes who are engaged in international sporting events for the country. But coming to see what we've done last year and this year, realize that we've lost track of national athletes. Even in the last marathon, we lost from the armed forces and other services that you find people coming to run. We don't have that much of athletes. So this year is really a special one for us as a club where we are 40 years. And then also...
Oh, congratulations, man. That's beautiful. 40 years.
Yes,
wow.
40 years.
40 years.
As part of the celebrations, we want to unearth new talents. So this year's marathon is really focused on the junior, where we're going to prepare them for us to have a bigger one where in the next 2025 marathon, we'll see the 42.2 kilometer event coming up with our preparation from this year that they will be in that marathon. And again, also prepare athletes for the country that once we have our Olympics and other sporting activities, we have athletes that we have prepared. And this has been a hallmark as a club. National athletes has come from the the Smart Cafe Club organization of the Accra Marathon. And that's what we stand to do, and we are continuing in that regard.
I mean, Isaac, you were just talking about the fact that this year is largely focused on, the juniors. Talk to me a bit more about that and give us an idea of the categories that we are dealing with, this year.
Yeah, so let me pick from where my brother ended. So, I think the main aim, the organizers or the proponent of this marathon back in 1987, the idea was to really get to the kids and unearth talent for Ghana. You might hear the names of David Siga, Amegashi, Alhaji Zakari. All these guys came from the marathon. And here we are celebrating our 40th anniversary. So I want to go back and really honor those guys who actually laid a foundation for us to be 40 years of existence as a Kiffit club. I think it's something that we need to celebrate. So why don't we go back? The idea of them bringing up this marathon was to really get the kids, groom them for national events and activities and take up from the other. Ghana, for instance, as it stands now, the marathon and other events that has taken place, probably realize that we just participate, come back and start. So the main idea is to really unearth talent. So this year, I think the focus is just going to be on the kids. So we're going to have a junior race. The 42.2 last year actually gave us a fair idea. And the last year event, we had a lot of the kids coming. So why don't we also focus on that, build upon it, see how best probably we can harness those positive in there and really see the impact that it will make in Dansoman, its environment, the country, and Africa as a whole. So this year, our focus is actually going to be on the juniors. We're going to have the junior race. That will be the under 20. We're going to have the kiddie, will be the under 13, then the corporate as usual. Yeah, so we are not running the 42.2 because this year we are celebrating our 40 years. And the theme for the celebration is to really unearth talent. So if you are unearthing talent and actually rewarding or remembering those who actually set up this special event, then we need to also honor them. And that was where they started with the kids. When the Nestle Ghana came in, that was the main idea. And thankfully, last year, FMB also came in to also help us resurrect the event. So this year, the focus is actually going to be on the kids, the under 20, the under 13.
So under 20, under 13.
Under 13, and the corporate.
And the corporate round. So those are the categories.
These are the three categories.
The three categories of it. All right, let's get to the most important part now, how each and every one of these category of people can participate. Registration, because I'm sure that's what a lot of people are asking. How can I get on board? How can I get on board? Emmanuel, how can they register for these years?
Right, thank you. Like we said, it's still part of celebration mode, and then we really happy that we have been a pioneer for this event. So this year's event is totally free for registration.
Wait. Register. Okay, yes, all right. Yes. There seems to be a caveat there.
Free for the kiddie and the junior, because like we said, we want to unearth talent, and that's the mantra. So it's free. But then because
so for the under 20, the under 13,
yes,
it's free for them.
It's free for registration, and then but then for the purpose of having a database, we have an on-site registration at the cafe grounds, and also we are doing registration in the schools, where we've also partnered with the GES that information is disseminated to all the schools for them to register. And we also have a short code that you can just go on to register. That is *713 *33 *11 #. Once you get in there, register, we have your database. You come in, and then, of course, you are entitled to run.
Amazing. So importantly, it is free. I'm sure the registration details are going to be on the screens again. So it's free. If you're under 20, under 13, it's free. And like they mentioned, there's been a lot of partnership with the schools. So if your school haven't heard about the Accra Marathon, you tell your headmaster, say, Charlie, headmaster, I just say marathon be bus free.
Come the grounds.
For come. And importantly, where is the grounds?
So that's the Dansoman Kiffit grounds.
Dansoman Kiffit grounds.
Yes, we are live there Monday to Sunday. Registration is on.
So Monday to Sunday, go to the Dansoman Kiffit ground and have your kids or wherever, register. What about the corporate?
Yeah, the corporate and all F&B branches across in nationwide. Once you go there, you have access to register. Again, on the same short code, *713*33 *11# hash. Go there, you can also register for the corporate round. And this is also another thing that we're looking at, corporate team building. Come in your names, register your organizations, be a part, see what these young children are doing, because it's a kind of motivation. So we believe in what business are doing. We don't believe in our own that we are only talent, but we need corporate Ghana to be a part of us. And that's where then we know that we have achieved same to make Ghana a proud nation for sports activity.
Amazing. Look, guys, 40th anniversary of Dansoman Cape Fit Club. They've decided to dedicate this year's marathon to the kids, under 20, under 13. Obano, we did bankuache, maniko jane. I say, we did bankuache, maniko jane. You understand? Maniko jane, all right? Is there any, just finally though, we need to be wrapping up. Is there any, I'm sure the event is coming on the 12th of October. In terms of registration window, when I mean, what's the deadline for?
So that would be 3 days before the event. So it's closing on the 10th of October.
Okay.
But then one wild thing that we need to talk about here is, last year we said that we are flying the winners to an international marathon.
Yes.
And then it's on.
Yes.
It's on. Come this October, we are flying them to join the Cape Town Marathon. Yes. So we achieve and we work on our mantra and we say what we are and we do what we want to do. So and then we believe in what we are doing, and we are saying that join us this year. It's going to be a massive one to see Ghana there, to see our athletes there, and then we say that DKFC is 40 years.
Look, that's the point. These guys, when they promise, they stick to their words. They promised to send the winner of last year, to go and participate in an international event, and they've delivered. They've delivered. And this year, two very exciting packages for the juniors and the corporate. But it's very important. So those are the details there. The short code is there for the corporate bodies. Go to any of the F&B branches across the country and register, or come to Dansoman Cape Fit Ground. And of course, make sure that you can also register. The short code is also there. You can see *713*33 *11#. Register, get on board, all right? Get your kids and to be on board, all right? Get your kids to be on board. It's free for the kids, but corporate bodies, you got to do something.
It's just a cool 50 cities.
Yeah, cool 50 cities.
Just to support the kids.
I mean,
and they also, when they have a certificate.
You have a problem. 50 Ghana, any problem?
Oh, yeah, cool.
No problem. Any problem. Anyway, guys, I'm sure the packages for this year, special packages for the winners, right?
Yeah,
Isaac?
yeah. So I think we want to build on last year's awards. Very exciting. I mean, they can really count on us.
Yeah.
Probably we're going to do, make sure that at least the winners, a lot of consolation prizes from our sponsors, cash prizes, and there are lots. Just as my brother said, last year's winner, by courtesy of Salam International Insurance. They are the sponsors of the Cape Town Marathon. So all expenses paid, flight, accommodation, or so will take care of his.
So I mean that's the big deal, guys. Congratulations, 40 years is amazing. Multimedia, of course, are partners of this event, and we're going to keep tabs on it, keep reporting it, keep reminding you about the registration period. Emmanuel, thank you so much for coming through.
So guys, before we go, I want to say thank you to you, Multimedia, for the space and the platform to also. I mean, Multimedia is the biggest. We couldn't have gone to any other place than to come here.
Them do all.
And we know that now that we are here, before we even get to the grounds, the calls and other things will be.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
And to our headline sponsors, F&B, I think they've been massive. Major boosts. And, when you associate yourself with them, probably nothing goes wrong with them. After 6 years in the drum coming to really get us on board, we say thank you to First National Bank. Want to also say thank you to Hollard, Dano, Belacqua, Multimedia, Graphic Communication,
Yango,
and
all aspiring partners want to
come and Glass,
yes,
and all aspiring sponsors,
corporate bodies who want to be a part of us. We are welcoming you to on board this event.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And guys, look, we're going to be talking more about it. It's happening on the 12th of October. So many weeks ahead, just about 3 or so weeks ahead. Sure. And we'll get to talk more about it. I'm sure they'll also make appearance on Joy FM and Joy News to have a lot more conversation as we build up to it. All right, well, The show is going to continue, but remember, I promised you we're going to spend so much time with you, all right? And when you join the Zoom, we're going to ask you, what to me, Johnny, or say, when join Accra Marathon, all right? So we're going to take a quick break, and when we'll come back, we'll get into it. We'll talk about Heart of Folk, we'll talk about Chelsea, we'll talk about Arsenal, we'll talk about Manchester City, and we're going to be having that conversation with you. Please to stay. Hi there, Chairman.
Abazinoyo.
Testing out you.
Abazinoyo.
If you test you, stay.
Please.
But where do you?
I live in North Cantonment Ridge.
Look at that. You know North Cantonment.
North Cantonment Ridge.
North Cantonment. Yeah, bro. And then I'm test you home with sir. Test you home with not test you home with.
Boga. But you matter you see there the last.
What happened? I just say this one way I say and say, you know, chairman.
See, typically, Danike, he's fit.
Oh,
Boga, typically will be 3 years. The Oracle will be in this seat. I'll be somewhere in the middle. You'll be there. But the Oracle is away on a sensitive diplomatic mission.
Hey,
yes, sensitive diplomatic mission.
My fellow. Then you see.
So last week, the GS of the Ghana Football Association, the General Secretary, oh, Boga, in the past, you know, when we were growing up, the journalism materials we used to consume, they used to describe the General Secretaries as chief scribe.
Yeah.
So like right now, Preston would have been the chief scribe of the GFA. He wrote to Togo.
He wrote to Togo?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, through the Ghana embassy in Togo. That, you see that international stadium, the FIFA CAF certified one they have. We need it. We need it because CAF say you can't play any match in Ghana. He wrote to Togo, where Togo acknowledged receipts of the letter.
Yeah.
But the wording of their letter acknowledging receipt of one letter, Chalina Onkoye.
Hey, sir.
Boga.
So that story was actually true.
Boga, one of the expressions.
My thought they do me something. It's like my voice only come.
One of the expressions in the letter from Togo is Sinipa Embaswe.
Hey, Tema.
Togo says Sinipa Embaswe.
Togo is telling us that they cannot host us.
Embaswe.
The cracker is saying.
So as General Secretary get the letter, we call Showboy, a.k.a. Adodi, a.k.a. Adogagai. We call Adogagai. We say, Showboy, the show no, he's not showing. Do something before you die. We Showboy say, I know the one man for the job. We call the Oracle. He said, Oracle, look into the crystal balls and tell me something. We, Danike say, Showboy, this one, there's no need to look. This is a matter of going. So I go it. So I will go and I will deliver the goods. So that is the sensitive diplomatic mission.
So he's going to Togo to renegotiate?
To renegotiate with Togo.
Oh, so that
because the Sinipa Embaswe, they said, it is not nice. We don't want to hear that. They must agree.
So, I mean, Danike is actually an ambassador at large at the moment.
Yeah, so Danike would have been here this morning. But midway through the trip, then he realized that a member of his entourage, who was supposed to ensure the successful transport of Kivu Gari mix.
My goodness.
He forget the thing.
Forget Kivu for the road tour.
Boga, they were going without Kivu. But Danike said, yo.
He forget Kivu.
Hey,
of all the things,
how
forget
can you
Kivu.
forget Kivu?
Now they tell people, say, for sports now during the week, say, if you day your house, where Kivu no do your house, your house is not complete.
Forget it.
Your house, there's no E at the end.
Boga, there is no E.
Amen.
So then you can see that the way you say, Boga, you are fired.
Do you know, as we are talking about Kivu, somebody is asking, what is Kivu? What do you mean by what is Kivu?
How can you not?
Can you tell me what is Kivu?
How can you not know?
Can you be in this country, you don't know Kivu?
What is in Kivu? Tell us.
I'm telling you. Fine grated Gary.
Oh, bro.
Very sweet powdered milk.
Oh, Charlie, give them.
My goodness, what in Katia Oriya grilled?
Grill. And I brought from a friend crunchy.
I am pe crunchy, grill. And catch ya papa. And a sugar no, go, ye dear. Dos kakra, your dear, and dos kakra. It's you your low sugar and your normal. That I see it. I won't pay sugar and we say we have low sugar for you. Understand? Kivo Gary makes.
In fact, Danike went with both. He went with both.
You know, and we're doing Kivo and people were saying, hey, Kivo, Bimudia. Right now, Kudos is eating Kivo Gary mix.
He says, easy.
Yeah. Nana McBrown, I was just past the last time I was passing through the media journal in Namhoa and Nana McBrown. Say, what's about? I say, Kivo, Mr. Nana McBrown, Dina,
try it and see.
Nana dear, Nana, fine.
And see.
Nana McBrown, she said, Kivo, Dikivo, sir. Anna Paul Dikivo, you know, Dikivo, only could do in a West Ham. Yeah, man, no.
So the long and short of the message is that the Kivo has landed. And Danike is going to deliver the goods.
Sharp.
By next week,
Sharp.
we will confirm on this show that Danike has successfully completed the mission in proud association with Kivo Gary Mix.
Kivo Gary Mix.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Charlie, Kivo there, I don't know. And I wish your cameraman on Mijinani. Am I sorted? Am I fine? When you're cheap, Aruna Mubarak, we produce on and you're giraffe. But I make catch you. Why you come? Why you fine? Telling you. You know, say ST, as you finish the, what do you call it?
Game plan.
Game plan. Chairman moved out. Charlie, you see they do the whole sandbag be.
Okay.
Three rows.
Okay.
See, but the boys, you know.
Boys, they do something way, nice.
No, that's all.
This one, I foresee that.
You know, but you will talk about the keyboard and things, more. But fixtures are happening this weekend in the Ghana Premier League. Heart of Folk are in action, but the big conversation from that game against Betim United, right?
Yeah.
Is that they'll be playing at the University of Ghana Stadium. It's their new home ground, and for some funny reason, I think I like the feel of the University of Ghana Stadium. I like the location of it. And I think Heart of Folk might enjoy some fan patronage of it. Because personally, I've always struggled with the journey to Accra Sports Stadium. Me, if I'm going to Accra Sports Stadium, I could wine say now, so I could do soup ton. Me call University of Ghana. I say me come Medina.
Those also living in Accra Central
to find their way.
They'll have the same.
Yeah, for all these years, they've enjoyed the proximity of Accra Sports Stadium. So those are Medina. As a folk for no more Medina, no more Ablikuma. For Medina,
the truth is that it's not a great thing that you have to relocate clubs. 3 games into the season. You had about 3 months, 2 months and over, to fix the pitch and all of these issues in pre-season.
Yeah,
you didn't do it. Season starts. It is now that you're scrambling. And it's not just House of Folk. But they are going to Obuasi. They are going to pay.
I think we have images of the University of Ghana Stadium, right? You can just roll it for us. But, just going to your point about, the lack of planning, the lack of...
Kotoko are going to Obuasi.
For me, it's symptomatic of how we approach sports development in the country. Very knee-jerk. Like, we care less about every other person. We just do as we will. You see, close the stadium. Have to go and find somewhere else to play.
It's not we. It's the people there who have the state's authority, who are constitutionally mandated to make these decisions. It's the NSA head. It's the NSA Director General. It's the NSA board chair, right? They have custody of these assets in trust of the people. When you know that from August, the football season resumes, in August, there are going to be 2 World Cup qualifiers or AFCON qualifiers. In October, there are going to be 2 World Cup qualifiers. In between, there are Ghana Premier League matches, and you still do not fix all of these pitches. And for me, it's a shame.
It's a shame. It's a big shame. Kotoko also have had the Bibera Sports Stadium closed, so they are resorting to the Lenkley Stadium. And surprisingly, I saw pictures from the Lenkley Stadium, and to be honest, they're like, my goodness, it almost explains why the people in Takwa are trying to reclaim the TNA Stadium, because the Lenkley Stadium, which has been unused for a very long time, it looks decent. The pitch looks quite decent. I think we've got pictures of it for you also. Have you seen the pictures from Lenkley Stadium?
It's basically because
decent. It's like
because Asgold have not been playing there.
And if a facility is abandoned, you think maybe it would deteriorate, but something has been going on.
So the story behind that is that Goldfields for the past 18 months, but more intensively in the past year, have been doing everything possible to convince the Ghana Football Association to rescind their expulsion from Ghana. Because as it stands now, they are not a football club recognized by the Ghana Football Association because they were expelled.
Yeah.
So that needs to change. And because of that, now they have a team that keeps training, even though you never know, they don't even know when they are going to play and which division they will be admitted into. But they have been lobbying. And so at the last Congress, we saw some supporters come there to come and plead on the behalf of the club that the GFA readmits them as a football club. But I think the most important move in all of this conversation is that they are suing the Ghana Football Association in court. So on one hand, you are begging for clemency. In another breath...
But is it the club or it's the individuals who are actually suing the Ghana Football Association? Because we know the individuals, the ban that has been put on them.
On the same subject matter.
They are contesting that.
Yes.
Because there are two separate issues. There is the punishment that was handed to the club, and there's the punishment that was handed to the individuals.
You see,
the individuals themselves are also in court.
The other thing also is that those individuals have not offloaded the shares they own in GoFundMe.
They are still owners of...
Yes, they are still owners.
Okay.
So today, if you want to buy Ashanti Gold, you have to go and see the same people, the man and his son.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So all of those bottlenecks are also there that need to be. If they could come into an agreement where maybe the club is offloaded or those shares are offloaded to the community or maybe a third party, whatever it is, then that court case is in the interest of an individual who is a separate entity from the football club. Then you can have that conversation about...
So as long as they are still owners of the club, there's still a major issue there. But I'm sure Kotoko fans will enjoy the game at the Linkley Stadium.
The Obuasi-based Kotoko fans.
Yeah, they
haven't seen the team
I've even seen plans by some fans of Kotoko trying to bust themselves to... I think it's a relative... 10,000 or 15,000 capacity? No,
they will get.
They will definitely feel it. They're playing young apostles, and Samuel Inimado says they are easy. Kotoko is going to be their easiest game. Hey, boys, casa, you know. But other games, Ediana will play Nations FC, so quite a number of interesting games to look forward to.
But Hasselhoff Ouattara needs to win
Premier League. He needs to win. Of course. 2 games without a win yet. Why won't you win?
2 defeats. You see, the patience and supporters message. You can only preach it for so long.
Yeah.
Especially when the performance...
I say, oh, Muntu Mubasi, a bed jelly. I didn't styling gel, Ben.
Styling gel.
Styling bell, then after an jelly.
Gel na sound.
Oh, Jai. Gel, and what me say, gel, and in Juma. Styling gel, Ben.
Forget the gel, they need Kivo Gary.
I make catch a Kivo. What's styling
gel?
So those are the matches coming up. But turn attention to the English Premier League. And we're just talking about it. Talking about the English Premier League, we remind you, join us via Zoom now. We'd love to hear from you. Big one is Manchester City versus Arsenal coming up at the Etihad. Big game. The last time this game happened at the Etihad, it ended in a goal. Was it a goalless draw it ended? Or was it 1-0? Goalless draw, right?
It was the game at the Emirates that Martinelli scored that late deflected goal.
And of course, these two sides are coming back from a Champions League games where they ended those games in a goalless draw. So some are predicting that it's likely to be a boring game. That's what I heard Daniel say. It was on game plan or so, but not sure if it's going to be that. It's really going to be exciting. These two guys, just look at their head-to-head.
You haven't been paying attention to the recent
look at their head-to-head
Arsenal games. Look, the performance Arsenal put up against Atalanta was a dress rehearsal for what they will do this weekend against Man City.
And what Arsenal kind of performance was that?
Compact, very boring, not expansive, not advanced.
Why are they doing that? Well, what is missing in the Arsenal side that they have been forced to play like this?
So Arteta's default mentality for about 14, 15 months now is that do not lose the important games. Leave these games with at least a point and give yourself a fighting chance, right, for the long haul. It makes sense. But in a game like this, I feel Arsenal are not equipped to execute that strategy. Even if Arteta wants to play with 2 holding midfielders in Partey and Jorginho, and then Rice, who's returning as the man with the liberty to bomb up and down the pitch. Jorginho does not have enough match rhythm and fitness in his legs, in his body, to be able to perfectly execute that against...
A lot of people had questions about his performance against Atalanta even.
And you can't blame him. He doesn't have the match rhythm. He hasn't really played enough games. So that was... A lot of people criticize Partey as well, but the performance we saw from Partey was because he was tired. His legs are gone. He needs
So clearly,
he needs
Arsenal
rest. And you see,
will be missing
just to conclude on this. Yes, but the bigger issue is that Partey makes Arsenal better when he's on his game. And I think that is where Arteta made the mistake because right from June, Arteta has known this is the fixture list for Arsenal and that on match day 4, they are going to play Manchester City. And so the first 3 games when Partey played 90 minutes, there was no need for that. Arsenal could have beaten Wolves without Partey playing 90 minutes. They could have beaten Brighton without Partey playing 90 minutes and all of that. So in those games, I thought that maybe Jorginho could have seen a bit more game time, let Partey rest, because in between, Partey has played 90 minutes for Ghana as well.
So Partey is tired.
In his current state,
He's tired.
His body cannot cope with playing 90 minutes 3 times in a week, which is what he's done.
So that's a lot. We're just looking at the head-to-head, the record there. I mean, the only time we saw quite a huge...
City are winning this one hands down.
I mean, I hope City have got a ridiculous record.
It won't be a contest. It won't be a contest.
You see, I was trying to be nice to Arsenal, but I'm looking at it.
Since 2020,
Charlie?
Musbao,
3-0.
Since 2020, they have beaten Arsenal by a minimum of 3-0 on no less than 3 occasions.
So the best record, the best performance Arsenal have had is last season when they played a goalless draw. Charlie, that's in it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But have you got guys on Zoom, though? Or we've got some WhatsApp messages? Because we'd love to hear from you what you think about your team's performance. Some other games that will be happening today. You can see West Ham playing Chelsea. Big game. This is an early kickoff, is it? Early kickoff? West Ham, Chelsea? Yeah, I mean, Chelsea's the underdogs. So early kickoff, West Ham, Charlie, you have to be afraid. Early kickoff is not good for big teams. So West Ham, Chelsea, London, Derby, Aston Villa, Wolves, Fulham, Newcastle, Leicester, Everton, Liverpool, Bournemouth. Big winning against AC Milan in Italy in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Wonderful way to respond for Liverpool and Ancelotti. But big game against Bournemouth. Southampton and Ipswich, Spurs versus Brentford, Palace versus Man United. After 7-0 thrashing of Barnsley.
Palace are favourites, and I think Palace are going to win. For the simple reason that...
United fans can't agree with this. How can you tell me
I'm a
Palace
United fan myself, but United's recent form against Palace has not been great. And Palace used to be a
But
team...
their performance against Barnsley is nothing? Are you discounting that?
Palace used to be a team that United would... In fact, the first 20 games United played against Palace in the league, United didn't lose.
Rashford is back.
Calm down. In the last 10 matches between United and Palace, Palace have won 5.
Zexi is on form.
Behave yourself. Palace have won 5. They've lost just 2. They've drawn 3. In the last 10 matches that they've played, in fact,
forget about record.
In United,
look at the United current form.
The United's current form against Palace is that
they've won back-to-back.
In their last,
they've scored 9 goals in 2 games. 10 goals in 2 games. Can you imagine?
In the last 4 visits to the Selhurst Park, United have not won a game. That is the United's reality. That is their current.
We have somebody on Zoom. Ubuntu, if you can hear me, just, you know the ritual, right? You're a regular on the show, so you know the ritual. Just unmute yourself, turn down the volume of your TV set. Actually, it's very skeptical about Man United winning. They've scored 10 goals in 2 games, guys. 10 goals in 2 games. They're playing Palace and you're like, yeah, give me a record. They've never... 10 goals in 2 games.
We'll be here.
Guys, sexy. Where is Ubuntu? Ubuntu, where are you? All right. Okay, we'll try and have Ubuntu very shortly on the screen. But did you land?
Boga. I've told you.
No.
Palace win or draw. United are not going to be setting.
But what is it about Palace that makes... Because Palace, their last game, they lost against Leicester City.
It's not about Palace.
They lost against Leicester City.
Wait, it's not about Palace. It's about the fact that for the longest time, this one is street language.
No, but you see what I don't understand with United fans is that Eric Ten Hag leads a team to score 10 goals in 2 games.
Because we're
and they still sit here and say they don't trust him.
Because we're realists. We're able to see beyond our emotions.
Where's Ubuntu?
Ubuntu is finally here.
Okay, Ubuntu is here, but... Okay, hey, Ubuntu is on the rail lines. Ubuntu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Please.
My brother, where do you stand? City, Arsenal?
I strongly believe Arsenal is winning this game.
Hey, behave yourself, Ubuntu. Behave yourself for there. Behave yourself for there.
Oh, serious? Serious, you see, I believe Arsenal is winning, although it may look like City has a strong team than us now.
Uh-huh.
Just listen to what Achu is saying about Partey and stuff, but I just feel it within me that Arsenal will win this game.
I think Kano or Ubuntu, I can see you on the rail lines. Which rail lines are you on at the moment?
Okay, I'm on the rail line heading to second D.
Hey, Charlie, fa second D third in fa go Achu man back on the corner. Ever in the error do na dia.
I say I don't pay the info.
We are
I don't pay the info.
And I was saying teachers, I don't know, say I can no I mean AGB work.
Right.
All right. Ubuntu, Charlie, big shout outs to you. I mean, thank you very much for joining.
Commiserations with a man who I really admire. Elder Charles was saying, an elder in my church.
Wow.
Works at the health insurance.
Our commiserations to him. Gaucho is on. Gaucho is on now. Let's pick Gaucho. Gaucho, Charlie, they hear me? If you mute yourself, Gaucho, if you mute yourself.
Yo, I didn't hear you.
Sharp. Charlie, where you stand? City has now. I just say United no go feel with me. I don't even believe it. I don't know why.
I did middle ground.
You say what's up?
I did middle ground. Draw. Yeah.
City has now. Then they play draw.
Yeah.
It's about the guy be Liverpool fan.
He say he be Liverpool fan. He be true. So you Liverpool and Bournemouth. What be your predictions then?
Gap now. Which one?
Okay.
Liverpool and Bournemouth.
Liverpool and Bournemouth. What be your prediction?
Hello?
All right. Gaucho in this thing, they free small. So let's go. Who is on now?
We go win.
I can see. You go win. All right. You say you go win. All right. Ochede Matthew. If you can turn on your camera, Ochede. If you can turn on your camera.
Sharp.
Great. Matthew. Chairman Matthew. Charlie, you say what's up? Where you join us from?
Arsenal to win.
Hey, Gunners for life.
For life.
Gunners for life.
It's not to win Man U.
Hey, Palace will beat Man U.
Just to beat Man U. Man U should be at the back of Chelsea throughout the season.
So you are telling me Palace will beat Man U? Palace will beat Man U. Then West Ham will do what to Chelsea?
No. Chelsea will win West Ham.
Yeah.
Man U should beat Chelsea throughout the season.
Oh, yeah. Very necessary. Charlie, you are a correct guy. I like you. You are my good friend. You understand? Charlie, both wherever you are. Matthew, thank you very much. We saw Richard Mensah somewhere. Where's Richard Mensah? Richard Mensah, where are you?
He's put his camera off.
Richard, can you turn your camera on? Then we can talk to you very shortly over there, But like we mentioned, look, guys, even Arteta and what's his name? Pep have been speaking ahead of the game. What do you guys want us to hear from them before we even wrap up so we can see if the guys can join? So this is what Pep has been saying ahead of the game. He says it's going to be a tight matchup. He says he's not playing mind games though, but what's his name? Mikel Arteta says they've been preparing for the game since preseason. Obwa, let's shut up.
There, and we have to prove that again.
Sergio Manicho.
Yeah.
Those of you know Sergio Manicho, full house empire. I see Mikel Arteta. And they are watching or Casa Bebresa. They are not Casa Bebre. Then watching.
One FA Cup.
Charlie. All right, we have a lady on Zoom. There was a lady I saw on Zoom. What's her name? Samsung. Where are you? Show your face. We have you on air now. Where are you? Where is she? Okay. While we're waiting to connect to her, we can see her fan. But Richard Mensah is also on. Richard. Rich man. Oh, let me see Richard.
You can see her fan.
Yeah. Rich man.
Yeah.
Charlie. Quick predictions. Tell me. You say what's up? What happened? Hey, rich man.
The rich man is...
Rich man.
Rich man is back.
I see they hold a Liverpool jersey and things back.
Oh, and Arsenal and Man City to be tonight.
Okay. Oh, say Liverpool. Oh, say Liverpool. Oh, say Liverpool. Liverpool can We never walk alone. We never walk alone.
We never walk alone.
Champion and slot. Champion and slot. We a guy. I have
Because
my
he said Man United would.
I have my friend somewhere here. I can't see his face, but I've seen him just now. We put him on screen now. Chairman, what team you dey support? You dey support what team? You can't TV top. What team you dey support? You dey hear me, my boss? Okay. Chairman, no, they hear me. The lady is back. Mommy, I said, would you watch you? Then I call. Hello, can you hear me? My sister, can you hear me? You are on TV. Oh. Yeah, Asamaba.
Charlie, she's showing us the food. I hope it is Kivo Gary makes
Can you hear me? Oh, it looks very much like a United fan.
Oh no, she's a Chelsea fan. This one.
She's like a United fan.
She's a Chelsea fan.
My boss, you didn't hear me? Or is that okay? Anyway, I'm not sure what's happening, but actually pretty much that.
Yeah, the two Chelsea fans ending the show for us.
Yeah, ending the show for us. But big game also in La Liga. Barcelona in action and Real Madrid also in action, right? Barcelona is playing who? Who's Barcelona playing today? Seeing the matches back.
I think Atletico are away
They're playing Villarreal. They lost to
Atletico are away at Monaco. No, I mean, they were bound to lose a game at some point.
You know what they did? They brought Michael Jordan to the stadium. It's the chairman, make sure, new Barca. So Barca will play Villarreal and Real Madrid will be in action against what? Real Sociedad. So
but for me, the game to watch is
the thing about the Togo you're talking about. I understand that the reason why they declined the decision, the request by Ghana to play there is because they have one international stadium.
So they've not declined it.
And their clubs who are participating in the inter-club competitions are using that same facility.
This weekend.
And the national team is also using the facility, you know.
So they've not declined it.
The contact from Togo are saying that it's part of the reason why they are hesitant to giving it out.
That's why we have sent Daniki there.
Make it go sort them out.
Boga. Kivo Gary mix.
It's called the white gold.
Boga.
The white gold. The 4-in-1 gold.
Boga.
Charlie, anyone know? Show Nasa. Next week we'll be back. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Charlie, we'll be back next week.
Yeah,
right?
we'll be back.
We'll be back.
With good news from Daniki.
Yeah, good news from Daniki. Actually, go saw Kivo. Yeah, we get some cutting for them. Everybody said. All right. See.